McGregor did. It's really a trick. He gets these people to box with him. They have no business boxing with him, and he's making millions and millions of dollars doing this way after his competitive career is over. He needs that money. That money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's absolutely, he needs money. You think he's going Once broke? Again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
Because everything that he says is about money. There's nothing else. There's no values. There's no...
Joe Rogan didn't hold back when he expressed doubt over Floyd Mayweather's statement about owning 60 buildings valued at $42 million, noting that while the numbers sound huge at first glance, they don't really make sense when you dig deeper. He highlighted that several trustworthy sources have already questioned these claims, raising the possibility that a large portion of the wealth Floyd talks about might be overstated. Even though Mayweather constantly presents himself as running an enormous financial empire, many observers feel that the truth is far less impressive, with inflated property values and ambiguous ownership casting serious doubt on whether his fortune is as solid or substantial as he likes to portray it.
Floyd is just piecing him up. Boxed up by literally the greatest boxer of all time. Floyd was just boxing him up, which is what he does. So that's what's interesting is Floyd's making more money than anybody, and he's boxing people who have no chance of beating him. It doesn't even hurt his record. Also money. He needs that money. That money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's not that expensive, though, but...
He's only 46. But he does this with everything, man. He's got $1 million watches.
I don't think he buys every pair.
You think they give them to him?
Yeah, because then you get a video like that.
Right. That's smart.
And then you get Floyd's Air Force Ones given away for charity. That's a tax write-off. There's all sorts of things that goes into
Yeah, you
that.
got a good point. But those $1 million watches, they're not giving you those.
Throughout his career, Floyd Mayweather's path in boxing reveals a noticeable evolution from an exciting high-energy fighter who thrilled the crowds to the strategic and highly calculated persona of Money Mayweather. Joe Rogan observed that as this change took place, Floyd seemed to drift further from the pure love and exhilaration of the sport, channeling most of his energy into making the biggest financial gains possible, and frequently combining that approach with a tendency to openly disrespect and belittle his opponents, creating a persona that was as much about business and showmanship as it was about fighting.
Floyd went from being like a really exciting pressure fighter, and he had a bunch of hand problems, to like Money Mayweather, start talking, just boxing people's faces off. No more hand problems, much more money.
Yeah, I love what he's doing too, beating up these YouTube guys.
It's great.
I love it.
It's so funny that these guys are willing to get beat up by him.
Well, I think they're all delusional.
And one of the reasons why people watch him fight is not because he's like Mike Tyson, just goes out and destroys people. They like watching him fight because they hate him. Because he talks so much shit, and he's like, look at my $1 million watch, look at my fucking jet, look at my house, look at this. He's like constantly showing you all these things that he has. Like he'll lay out watches in a hotel bed, like this is $1 million worth of watches. This watch goes for $2 million. And they're like, this is my small watch that I take sometimes, but when I'll show you, when I'll show up, I bring out the big boy, and it brings out this watch that's covered in diamonds. It's like $5 million. And so you hate him.
Joe Rogan has often emphasized that Floyd Mayweather's legacy extends far beyond his incredible boxing talent. With the enormous wealth and flashy lifestyle he's built around his name, making him one of the most recognizable figures in the sport's history. At the same time, Rogan doesn't hold back when it comes to criticizing the idea of Floyd moving into MMA, firmly stating that he would struggle and likely get overwhelmed in that setting, a perspective that underscores how even highly respected commentators question Mayweather's ability to adapt and perform outside the controlled world of professional boxing, highlighting the limits of his dominance when taken out of his familiar environment.
Floyd Mayweather applying for MMA license wants 6 to 8 months to train. He's screwed. First of all, they should give him everything they can get their greasy paws on, get him to fight Conor in an MMA fight.
You'd be screwed.
It's not just getting screwed. Like someone said it should be 1,000 to 1. That's not high enough. It's not high enough. If Conor McGregor was going to fight Floyd Mayweather in MMA, it is as close to 100% as anything ever gets ever. He's probably going to punch Conor in the face a couple of times. It's probably going to suck, but Conor's going to get a hold of him. And then he's going to be like a baby. And if that doesn't happen, he'll kick Floyd's legs out from under him. He'll kick his legs sideways. He'll kick them from the outside. He'll kick them from the inside. He'll stay way the way from any sort of a range where Floyd can punch him. It'll be a completely alien range for Floyd.
In one instance, Joe Rogan shared a striking story about Floyd Mayweather's level of influence, describing how Floyd supposedly managed to have a referee pulled out during the middle of a fight, an action Rogan suggested only someone with Mayweather's extraordinary status could ever make happen. He pointed out that this kind of control isn't just a result of his achievements inside the ring, but also stems from the immense fame and financial clout Floyd has accumulated over the years, illustrating once again how his wealth and influence intertwine with his career, allowing him to shape situations in ways few athletes could even imagine.
The referee said Floyd Mayweather hit him behind the head. So Floyd fired the referee in the middle of the bout. Floyd throws this punch, and he's 100% correct. The punch landed the side of the head. It's a right hook. It's a perfect punch. And the referee was saying, watch the back of the head. He's like, what the f are you talking about? And so he kicks the guy out, and they bring in a different referee who finishes the fight. It was insanity.
According to Joe Rogan, Floyd Mayweather's extraordinary drive and competitiveness can be traced back to his upbringing, where both his father and uncle instilled in him a relentless push to excel in everything he attempted, shaping the foundation for the dominant fighter he became at the peak of his career. Rogan explained that this same fierce mindset didn't stay confined to the ring, as it appears to have carried over into the way Floyd handles his business ventures and manages his wealth today, fueling a relentless pursuit of success and influence that extends far beyond boxing and into every aspect of his professional and personal life.
You'll just look at boxing in terms of like how often do you get hit versus how often do you hit the other guy. He's the best ever. The way him and his uncle and his father talk, I imagine they were always super competitive from the time they were young.
Yeah.
Like he grew up being they're super competitive. They're competitive about talking. They're competitive about all kinds of things. So it's like that hive, like growing up with that all the time, and the boxing skill.
Floyd Mayweather has boldly stated that he makes $3 million every single month, even going so far as to compare his earnings to Bill Gates in a way that clearly seems aimed at impressing fans and the public. But anyone familiar with how boxing purses and pay-per-view revenue really function knows that these claims are extremely unlikely to be accurate. Analysts and industry experts have consistently questioned the validity of his statements, pointing out that the numbers don't withstand careful examination and are far more reflective of exaggeration or showmanship than actual financial reality, highlighting how Floyd often blends fact with spectacle to maintain his larger-than-life image.
Floyd Mayweather says he makes $300 million a month, which is $3.6 billion a year. He makes more money than Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, all of those guys. So I say all that to say this. The money that Canelo was looking for, they can easily come up with that money. Floyd Mayweather got it.
Well, listen, let me put it this way to you. If he makes, what did he say, $300 million a month?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm 6'4" and 240, and I know I'm 5'8" and a half and 240. So there you go. There's no way. There's that. If he makes $3 million a month on his investments, that's a lot. $36 million a year. That's a lot. So I know guys that are worth, $500-600 million, plenty of them, and they don't make $36 million a year, let alone $300 million a month. So there you go.
Floyd Mayweather has never hidden how important money is to him, openly saying that he hopes his children will follow his path and continue working in the same business, reflecting his long-term vision of creating generational wealth and guaranteeing financial security for his family well into the future. At the same time, this intense focus on money has sparked criticism, as many observers argue that he frequently places financial gain above values or personal character, contributing to his reputation as a polarizing figure whose influence and notoriety extend far beyond the boxing ring.
I believe in building generational wealth. Even like when my children, all four of my children are adults. And I told them, no more handouts. Because I feel like I'm hurting my children just by, I give them money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money. I give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars. Told them, listen, if you guys go to school or you work in one of my businesses, then you can branch off, get your own business, and I'll put the money up to help you start a business, but I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that, and then I need my grandchildren to come behind you guys and do the same thing.
Even with his staggering income, Floyd Mayweather has been the subject of numerous reports and allegations claiming that he owes money to fellow fighters and business associates, casting a shadow over his financial reputation. One of the most widely discussed incidents involves rapper 50 Cent, who accused Floyd of essentially scamming him out of $2 million while he was serving time in jail. According to 50 Cent, Floyd had asked him to handle a promotional deal on his behalf, and after 50 Cent put up the money, Floyd allegedly acted as if he had no knowledge of the arrangement once he was released. adding another layer of controversy to Mayweather's already scrutinized financial dealings and reinforcing the perception that his business practices can be as unpredictable and contentious as his public persona.
We brought them over. I brought him over while Floyd was, still incarcerated.
Yeah.
Then he comes home. There's the Let's Get Floyd Back in Pocket campaign that goes on, where it's $300,000 chains being bought and buying the new Lamborghini and all these new things, and I'm sitting there going, yo, when you gonna give me the money?
Because you had already invested.
Right, like when you gonna give me your half of the money back? But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail, right? So it's like, let him cool his heels before you.
Was that in the millions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you sitting there big, and I'm like, yo, so when? But see, the fighters are an asset in themselves. They are that talent, regardlessly. Right. So I'm looking at him going, so there ain't no pressure there, but I'm saying, when is he gonna say he wants to, to give me the other half of it? Why I gotta ask you for it?
Right.
And then when
are we talking over $2 million?
It's about that.
Oh, okay.
At that point, it was, invested in.
All right.
So look, he goes, when he finally does bring up the actual the situation, he acted like he didn't know anything. Like, I didn't tell y'all to do that. I didn't tell you to do that.
Oh, man.
And I'm looking at him, and he looked in my face and he told me to do that.
50 Cent didn't limit himself to a single allegation, going further to suggest that many people close to Floyd Mayweather actually harbor negative feelings toward him. He claimed that Floyd's intense obsession with money often takes precedence over basic principles, painting a picture of someone who prioritizes wealth above almost everything else. According to 50 Cent, Floyd's constant display of his riches and high status tends to dominate his public image, making it difficult for people to see or respect him for anything beyond his achievements inside the boxing ring, and reinforcing the idea that his persona off the canvas can be just as controversial as his performances in it.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah, that's what you think. It's get the money, spend the money.
All that money?
Yeah, it's been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like within lifestyle, that money's gone, trust me. Now it's like, you call him, he'll be at your local hosting in a nightclub, because you need that action right now.
Do you think he'll step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
Floyd Mayweather's financial disputes aren't limited to his former associates, as Logan Paul has also spoken out, claiming that Floyd still owes him money from their high-profile exhibition fight. Even with the enormous attention the event drew worldwide and the millions it reportedly generated, Logan alleges that he never received full payment, which adds to a growing narrative about Floyd's handling of business matters. This situation further reinforces the perception that Mayweather places money above almost everything else, sometimes pushing the boundaries into controversial territory and leaving questions about fairness and trust lingering around his financial dealings.
Why fight Logan Paul?
Name another boxer besides myself that's more famous than Logan Paul.
Tyson Fury?
What? I want you to look up Tyson Fury, how many followers, and look up how many followers Logan Paul has.
Logan Paul, 56 million. Tyson Fury, 4 million.
So 50 compared to 4 something. I can fight a fighter right now, guarantee myself 35 million. Or me and Logan Paul can go out and entertain and have fun and make 100 million or more. So if you were me, you gotta look at 35 million for 12 rounds and 100 for 6 rounds. Big difference.
Oscar De La Hoya has shared his perspective as well, suggesting that Floyd Mayweather continues to step into the ring from time to time largely because he still wants more money. De La Hoya noted that even the most successful boxers can run into financial difficulties, often due to extravagant spending habits, and when you look at Floyd's lifestyle, his collection of luxury cars, designer clothing, private jets, and high-end properties, it's easy to see why De La Hoya's concerns about his financial choices carry weight. This view paints a picture of a fighter whose drive for wealth extends beyond the sport itself, showing that for Floyd, the pursuit of money has remained a central motivator throughout his career.
Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard, I know life is expensive, but come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse, your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
Floyd Mayweather has often made headlines for his extravagant spending, famously owning a watch reportedly worth $18 million and claiming to possess hundreds more, each valued at thousands, a level of luxury that constantly draws public fascination and cements his persona as Money Mayweather. While these flashy displays certainly grab attention and reinforce the image of wealth and success he has cultivated over the years, they also spark questions about whether such extreme indulgence is genuinely sustainable over time, even for someone with his massive fortune, highlighting the tension between living lavishly and maintaining financial stability in the long term.
How much is it?
$1.8 million.
$1.8 million watch.
$1.8 million, dude?
You're the first to see it.
That's insane. That
1.8 is high. 18 life.
Happy
Right.
birthday, champ.
That's how we doing.
That is sick, dude.
Wow. You gotta show him what he's saying.
Money green.
No,
Hold on.
This watch was made specifically for the champ, Floyd Money Mayweather. One of one piece.
One of one.
Money team.
Can we see it on him?
Yes, sir.
That one of one.
$1.8 million.
It's a one of one. I love that.
Joe Rogan was among the commentators who openly criticized the bout between Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor, describing it as little more than a money-driven spectacle. Even though Floyd had officially retired from boxing, he came back to the ring for what was reported to be a $100 million payday in the exhibition match, highlighting how his decisions are often fueled by profit. For someone like Floyd, who consistently emphasizes the importance of money in his life, this fight served as a prime example of how he leverages his fame, reputation, and skill to generate enormous financial gain, turning even a retirement into an opportunity for wealth and spectacle.
Okay, so your new contract, you wanted no extensions. That's one thing.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
that's one thing.
Okay, what was one of them? The ability to box?
One of them was the ability to box. They said that wasn't an option. Boxing is dead. It's not possible. This and that.
Now, what does that feel like to you, knowing that Conor McGregor did it and fought Floyd Mayweather and made $100 million?
Yes, gentlemen, let's do this.
A bitch, nigga, that's that shit I don't like. No. Sneak designs, that's that shit I don't like.
Floyd Mayweather has always been unapologetic when it comes to self-promotion, often asserting that no other boxer in history has reached the level of success he has achieved, a confidence that has become a defining part of his public persona. This constant comparison with other fighters has played a key role in building his brand and reinforcing the larger-than-life image that fans and media alike associate with him. At the same time, his relentless self-promotion invites skepticism and criticism, as many observers question whether his bold claims sometimes overshadow his real accomplishments, creating a tension between the legend he projects and the tangible legacy he has built in the ring.
Well, I think I'm separated now. You know, I don't think there's no boxer in history that has accomplished what I've accomplished. Not bragging or boasting, just speaking the truth. I take my hat off to a lot of legendary champions, you know, that paved the way for me to be where I'm at in the sport of boxing. But that was their era, and this is my era. Had a tremendous career. And we got young fighters that's on the rise, that's under our banner. The ultimate goal is to find the next Floyd Mayweather that can break my record.
Floyd Mayweather drew criticism for what many saw as hypocrisy when he stepped into the ring with Logan Paul solely for financial gain, yet didn't hesitate to openly criticize Mike Tyson for taking on Jake Paul later in his career despite being much older. Fans and commentators quickly noticed the irony, interpreting Floyd's comments as an attempt to control the conversation around money fights, framing them as acceptable only when he participates while judging others for making similar choices. This situation highlighted the double standard in how Floyd positions himself versus how he perceives other fighters, reinforcing the idea that his image and influence often shape the rules of engagement in ways of a sharp business mindset, always looking for ways to maximize his earnings from the very beginning, treating every fight and opportunity as a chance to grow his financial empire. At the same time, the strategies he's employed to build that wealth often spark ethical questions, as there are multiple examples of situations where people claim they were left unpaid, or where Floyd has made highly exaggerated statements about his income. These patterns suggest that his version of success relies heavily on perception, spectacle, and showmanship, sometimes overshadowing honesty and integrity, and painting a picture of a fighter whose financial achievements are as much about image as they are about actual numbers.
Mayweather is the most successful boxer in history with a 50-0 record, and one of the wealthiest athletes of all time with $1 billion in earnings. But I bet you didn't know it all started with a $750,000 bet on himself. Here's the wild story. In 2006, Floyd Mayweather was 10 years into his boxing career and earning over $5 million per fight. At the time, Mayweather was signed to Bob Arum's Top Rank Boxing promotion, a partnership which saw Arum get 25% of Mayweather's fight purse. But Mayweather wanted more, and in 2006, he turned down $8 million to fight Antonio Margarita and said he deserved $20 million to fight Oscar De La Hoya. Arum wasn't happy and wouldn't pay up, so Mayweather paid the $750,000 exit fee in his contract to leave Top Rank. Mayweather then went on to promote his own fights, earning a percentage of every ticket, hot dog, and beer sold at the event, and most importantly, all pay-per-views sold. And just 1 year later in 2007, after leaving Top Rank, Mayweather made $25 million for his win against Oscar De La Hoya. Now that's what happens when you bet on yourself.
That's a wrap for today's video. Be sure to stick around and catch the next one for more insights and updates.